Three, two, one. I'll start off. All right, can you? Never mind, it's right here. We are live, correct? Not yet. Now we are. Okay. Oh man, we got a bunch over there. All right, if you're just now tuning in, you're tuning in with us here at Star 9 Alabama. Thank you for trusting us for your severe weather coverage. My name is Nicholas Driver alongside with Tanner Zero. We currently have a severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for parts of Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin counties until, let's see that time, until 1:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This currently has a tornado possible tag on it. Uh, Potential of 1 inch in size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts also in that potential range there. Excuse me. A excuse me, a particularly dangerous situation tornado watch was also just issued for all of northern Alabama except Cherokee County until 8 p.m. tonight ahead of these storms. This being said, strong to violent tornadoes, a long track even, could move into the area, causing dangerous damages across much of northern Alabama. Uh, Swaths of gusty winds up to 70 miles per hour and larger hail up to 2 inches in size, or I would say tennis ball, as that's what it says, is tennis ball size hail is possible across much of northern Alabama. Tanner, go ahead. Or send
Um,
it over to you. Sorry.
Over to you. Sorry.
yep. All right. Yeah, like Nick said, we do have this severe thunderstorm warning and process. I just had to think about that for a sec. Severe thunderstorm warning and process. It does have the tornado possible, and what we're looking at here for is for this outlying Boeing echo, or sorry, Boeing segment that will be making a west to east approach, coming through portions of what will be western Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin counties and northwestern Alabama. This goes until 1:45 Central Daytime. At 12:52 Central Daytime, a severe thunderstorm was located along an extending line from Hinkle to near Wheeler to Satilo, moving east at 40. This is for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. This is radar indicated. Hail damage to roof and vehicles are expected. Do expect hail and trees to also be affected by this particular event here. So you can see right here where we have this highlight here. That is so you know that is where this upcoming event it will be coming through here very soon. So this will be moving through Tishomingo, Boonville, Burnsville. So what we are looking at here is this is a very severe squall line that has approached the Florence and Muscle Shoals and surrounding areas. Here's a couple of things that we can mention. This is outlined in yellow. That is a severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to have the potential for damaging straight line winds, heavy rain, and localized flooding. We also are seeing
Right here.
frequent lightning and some small hail is possible here. If we look here at the hail, you can see all of this. This is very integrated hail in this squall line. So this is a QLCS squall line that will have the potential of wind damage potential. And this is a storm shock structure or a well organized squall line with reflectivity that is moving east. So this also does have that bow shaped echo in it here, and we highlight that here at the start of the broadcast. This is a bow shaped echo, which does have the potential of producing a brief tornado. This also is going to have velocity data for any rotation near Boonville, even up into Guntown, and then extending even down through Red Bay. But this will be making that west to east approach here very soon. So the timing, this will be in the next 30 to 45 minutes. But do mind you, rapid deterioration in weather conditions. It's clear, it's tranquil right now, but very soon we will see a drop in the very calm conditions. You can see we do have that tornado warning down there into Tupelo, but The main thing here we're looking at is this severe thunderstorm warning. They just issued it ahead of this line here, like we said, to make that west to east approach, and that will be happening here in the next 35 to 40 minutes. So people in Florence, Muscle Shoals, Russellville, start to prepare for strong winds and power outages. Make sure you're securing any outdoor objects that could go flying. And remind you, if a tornado warning is issued, immediately take shelter and the lowest level and interior things. So remember, this is a squall line with damaging winds as the primary threat, but a tornado warning cannot be ruled out. Stay alert and monitor warnings very closely. I'm going to turn it back over to Nicholas Driver for the latest.
Absolutely. And you were talking about that. There we go. You were talking about that tornado warning out towards Tupelo. We're going to be closely monitoring that uh, as we continue with this threat. That will clip areas of, let's see, yes, that would clip areas of Franklin, Colbert, and Lauderdale counties within the next couple minutes to about an hour. I believe. How fast are these storms moving? Hold on one second. These storms are moving. Okay, that tornado warning was canceled for a certain county. But that's not. Okay, these storms are moving at 40 miles per hour. So I would say within the next 10 to 30 minutes, this certain area will be pushing over that area of Colbert, Lauderdale, and Franklin counties. Of course, Tanner can correct me if I am wrong on that. I'm working on getting the warnings posted onto our Facebook page ahead of the threat. But if you're just now tuning in, me and Tanner Sherrill are live in the studio, covering this covering the severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued for areas of western Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin counties until, let me get a timing on that, until 1:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This does have a tornado possible tag on it. Again, we do have some areas within this line that could begin to rotate in the future. Matter of fact, we do have an indication of a small couplet just west of Dennis or southwest of Tesmingo. We're going to have to closely keep an eye on that area of rotation. We could have another one southwest of Holcut. The one thing about these QLCS type lines, quasi-linear convective system type lines, is these couplets will quickly gather it together. They will quickly, as we say, couple together before they pretty much spin off and they're done. I should say, for better understanding, they would quickly spin up and then lift. That's a better way to put it. But with that being said, these will be very quick and not so long lasting. Now, if we do get some supercells out ahead of the line, which is what we are monitoring for, especially if you look down here towards Marion County, uh, we do have some what we would call blips that are starting to develop out here. If they can get attached to that warmer convective available potential energy out there, that's all the cape is what we call it. If they get access to that cape and that nice juicy environment, that will allow them to intensify. And Tanner, are you seeing anything as I try to post this warning here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So looking here really quick right now, what we currently are having here is we are having an inflow and outflow boundary. Excuse me, inflow and outflow boundary collision here. You can see this is along that line extending from portions. Bear with me, I don't know this area too well here, so I'll let me fix this here really quick. Let's go with something big I can tell. Let's go with that. So this is through portions of Tishomingo, Alcorn, and Princeton, moving into portions of Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin County. What we have right here that you can see is this is a inflow and outflow collision. This is where we have strong inflow into the storm coming out of the southeast that will be, or that is interacting with outflow boundaries from a small line, leading to localized convergence. So this can lead to more storm development ahead of this next system, but these are also leading to updrafts. So if we go look here at the echo tops, you can see we have 36,000 feet echo tops. So that is how tall the storm convergence is together. So do mind you that there also may be a possible gust front in the main line of the storm that is encountering surface winds running here. And, if we look at this moving out of Marietta County into Tishomingo County, that's where we can see that gust front. And this is just surface winds moving from the east that is going to create an area of potential new storm rotation and development. There also is possible, these are little
And
um,
not so
embedded
long
rotations,
lasting.
so possible tornado potential rotations coming out of this. And if the area shows tight rotational velocity, it normally will indicate a developing mesocyclone brief spin up. But a couple of things is there also is downdrafts and updrafts, if you will. Excuse me. So this is just updraft and downdraft collision or convergence that is indicating severe thunderstorm inflow coming here. So what we are going to do is we're going to continue to monitor velocity for any potential rotation, watch for new storm development, and watch for any damaging wind potential. And here coming out of Slack, um, we don't have anything as of right now. Any reports coming up. So go ahead and turn
And
it back to Nicholas Driver.
and yes, Tanner, I was just looking at the velocity here, which shows us uh, in better explanation and kind of shows us the winds in the upper atmosphere as they kind of turn or gust up there. Uh, I could have a better term, but right now my brain is not functioning, so I do apologize. We're not really seeing any couplets along this area or this certain area that we're watching here near Burnsville all the way down towards, I would say, Belmont. I'm not seeing any significant or anything that makes me kind of have a heads up, if you will. Uh, Now, we could, within the next 10 to 15 minutes, see a new spin up tornado or spin up rotation, couplet, whatever you want to call it, show up within this area, and that's why we're going to have to continue to really watch this line closely as the evening goes on or wanes on, if you will. Again, as Tanner was saying, this is a okay. It looks like they did just take down the tornado possible tag as well, by the way. So this is more of a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail threat. So 60-mile-per-hour winds could be ongoing as we speak near Tismingo, Iuka, Dennis, Belmont, Fairview. This will be heading east into, again, Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin counties, and here in a little while into Marion counties. Now, if you're in Marion County, I would be slightly concerned for a potential spin up tornado threat as well. There's a couple little areas of concern that I'm watching out here near Fulton, Tidale, no, Tilden, Mississippi. And those are some areas that I'm going to closely monitor as the evening, or as this line, if you will, pushes east. But all in all, as Tanner mentioned, there's nothing else uh, really showing on radar right now. So I'm going to quickly look at our Slack to monitor. Where'd it go? There it is. So other than the severe thunderstorm warning again issued for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail, nothing else is being notified to us. Now I will say I was reading some of the updates. A tornado watch will be issued for parts of Tennessee. While this is out of the coverage area, I would like to talk about it. If you are in some parts of Lawrenceburg, Tullahoma, going into Columbia, Tennessee, you're not going to be included into a particularly dangerous situation tornado watch. You will, regardless of the what you are in, you will be in a tornado watch, and you do need to still take it very serious if you are in Tennessee. But that is out of our um, coverage area. Tanner, were you typing something in the chat there?
Yeah.
Oh, do you need the mouse? I do apologize. All right. So with that being said, nothing else again is showing up on radar as we speak. The main concern is out here towards Fulton, where we are going to continue to monitor that little couplet there, and I will kind of circle it with the mouse if you see it. Let's see. Yes, that is a clear couplet that's trying to spin up there. And Tanner, if you do agree with me, let me know. Regardless of that couplet, you're also getting some outflow wind coming off of this, potentially up to 60 or plus mile per hour wind gust. Outside of that, that is going to be heading into parts of Marion and Franklin counties in a little time. Here in a little bit. All right, Tanner, you got anything else that you're seeing?
One one
One
second
second
here.
here.
Just
Just
trying
trying
to
to
upload
upload
something
something
here to
here to
Slack
Slack
real
real
quick.
quick.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like like
like
I
I
mentioned
mentioned
before,
before,
we
we
just
just
had this
had
inflow and
inflow and
outflow
outflow
boundary
boundary,
collision here. Multiple
multiple
areas of
areas of
rotation,
rotation,
along
along
this
this
line
line
of
of storms.
storms. Let me
Let me
see
see
here.
here.
Yeah, I am starting to
So
see
all of these
some.
severe thunderstorm warnings still do have tornado possible on them, and we have one right here, especially into portions of what is that? Lauderdale and Colbert
Colbert
County,
County,
trying to
trying to
spin right
spin
here.
right
You can
here.
see
See
this guy
this guy
right.
right.
Let's redo that
We
here.
do that here.
We have this guy
We have this
right
guy
here
right here
that will be making
that
that
will be
west
making that west
to east approach
to
here
east approach here
relatively soon. So it's going to
relatively
be
soon. So it's going to be
right here would
right
be that
here
tighter
would be
area
that
to
tighter
show.
show.
Yes, I agree with you, Tanner, on that. What was I doing? I was trying to figure out if this still has a tornado tag, and yes, it does. Okay. For whatever reason, GR does not show that. Okay. So I do apologize. This severe thunderstorm warning does still have a tornado tag on it. Uh, and of course, the warning is in effect until again 1:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Both of these are radar indicated. That tornado possible tag is was introduced due to the threat of quick spin-up tornadoes along this line. Again, right here toward near Iuka, going towards Belmont, and then Fulton, Mississippi. Those are now beginning to move into western Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin, Marion counties. I wouldn't be surprised to see. Well, maybe not. Okay, Marion County may be in the clear as of now. They could add a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Marion County going into Hackleburg area, but out of terms, Marion County should be all right. Another thing that I would like to mention about these storms is that they are going to be training. Hold on. Training cells. They're going to be a training line of heavier rain, which is already ongoing. This is going to cause a pretty significant flooding threat for some people along a area, especially for the ones that already saw up to 1 and 3 inches of rainfall earlier this morning. So this is just going to add up to those rainfall totals as we head into the overnight hour frame. I did take note that a tornado warning was allowed to expire over Smithville and Amory and Fulton area. Again, the tornado possible tags, severe thunderstorm warnings do still continue. Here's what you can do the best to keep yourself and your family safe. Move into an interior room of your house. Stay away from doors and windows. While this is not a tornado warning, this does have the potential of producing tornadoes. So put as many walls as you can between you and stay away from doors and windows and just stay indoors because, of course, frequent lightning could be occurring with this, which it doesn't seem like it is as I speak, but could be an issue later this evening. Tanner, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely do agree that there may be an issue later this evening, especially as this line um continues to come through here. So looking here, mind you, this is still a severe thunderstorm warning for Florence, Tishomingo, and surrounding areas. Um, damaging straight line winds of 60 to 70 mile an hour plus frequent lightning, localized flash flooding, and potential embedded tornadoes within this squall line. We do still have that Boeing segment here that you can see. It's not actually. It's kind of losing that. Well, it's actually it's still got that Boeing segment. Boeing segments, but the leading edge is now moving into portions of what will be portions of Waterloo. Um, it is bowing out, which indicates strong straight line wind potential. This is also just to the west of Cherokee, heading towards Tishomingo within the next 35 to 40 minutes. Or sorry, to Scumbia, not Tishomingo, to Scumbia within the next 30 to 45 minutes. And there is, like I said, still some potential rotation there for a spin up tornado or two.
And speaking of that, Tanner, I was monitoring an area south of Fulton. While this is not rotation, this is an area of gusty, damaging winds, potentially up to some some of the somewhat of the radar here is indicating 85 miles per hour potentially. Tanner, if you want to look at that quickly to kind of confirm
What,
that,
what area?
that is going to be south of Fulton, Mississippi.
Fulton.
But with those stronger wind gusts, this will be moving northeast into again parts of Marion, Franklin, and Colbert County. We've said your names a couple times, so just keep that in mind. That damaging winds, of course, that tornado
I
threat as
can
well.
I can confirm 80 mile an hour in Fulton, Mississippi.
Okay,
As
so
far as radar data.
if you're driving anywhere along Interstate 22, heading east or west, you're likely getting impacted right now from those stronger wind gusts, potentially up to 60 to 80 miles per hour. Do we want to bring that to note to the National Weather Service or not?
No, National Weather Service already knows.
Okay. Yeah, they do. Okay. Yeah, that's Birmingham, isn't it? No, that's Mississippi. Alrighty. So if you're just now tuning in, again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 1:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin counties for the potential of a quick spin-up tornado, 1 inch in size hail, which is quarter size, and 60 miles per hour wind gust. I advise you to head indoors if you're outside, and if you're out on the road, try to take it slow and potentially find a safer place to wait out the storm as it pushes through. Again, the flash flooding threat does follow alongside with this line that's beginning to push through. There is already flash flood warnings across Pontiac and New Albany, Mississippi. We're likely going to see more flash flood warnings get issued across North Alabama later this evening. Another thing that we need to watch for is these cells again towards Marion, now Winston, Lawrence, Colbert, and Franklin counties. These are isolated in nature, and could, if they have enough time, of course, these are really close to the line, and the line is likely going to catch up with them. So they will likely not be able to turn into a supercell, if you will. By the way, a tornado warning was just issued. Alright. We're going to talk about this one. So I'm going to finish up what I was talking about, and then I'll talk about that tornado warning for Smith, because that's going to head into Red Bay.
Where was the where was this tornado warning issued?
Amory going into Fulton, Mississippi. That's that area that we were talking about. Okay, I see where they're. Okay.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and talk about it.
We'll
So
go
a
ahead and
tornado
talk
warning
about it.
was
So a
just
tornado warning was
issued
just
west,
issued
well,
west,
really for Amory,
really for
Smithville,
Amory,
and Fulton,
Smithville, and Fulton,
Mississippi,
Mississippi,
for the next
for
39
the next
minutes or until
39
2
minutes or
p.m.
until
Central
2
Daylight
p.m.
Time for
Central
radar indicated
Daylight
rotation
Time
and
for
quarter
radar
size
indicated
hail.
rotation.
Right here
Right here
in this
in
area
this
is
area
where we could
is
potentially
where
be
we
seeing
could
that
be
rotation
seeing
just
that
west of
rotation west
Wren.
of Ren.
That will be moving
That will be moving
northeast
northeast
at
at
around
around
55 miles per hour, so
55
nearly
miles per
60 miles per hour.
60 miles per hour.
Red Bay,
Red Bay,
going out towards
going
Vina.
out towards Vina.
Go ahead and be
Go ahead
preparing
and be
and
preparing
get ready to
and
seek
get ready
shelter.
to
While
seek
this
shelter.
could
While this could
recycle before getting into
getting into
our counties,
our
if you will,
counties, if you will,
you still need to be
you still
preparing
need to be
ahead of
preparing
time.
ahead of time.
I want to. Okay, radar's actually.
Nick, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my lunch here real quick.
All right, you're good. Take your time. All right, so Tanner is heading out for a momentarily to grab him some lunch. We will continue coverage with this potential tornado that is on, or that we're going to have to monitor, if you will. We actually got two areas that we're closely monitoring now near Bigby and potentially south of Smithville, Mississippi. These are going to be moving northeast again around 55 miles per hour as I speak. By the way, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I do not mind answering any questions that you may have. So again, a tornado warning was just issued for areas of Amory, Smithville, and Tremont, Mississippi. While this is completely out of our coverage area, looks like we do have a confirmed tornado warning that was just issued now for this area. Again, this is completely out of the coverage area, but this will impact areas of Red Bay and Vina going into Bexar and Pleasant Site by the next couple of minutes to, by the next 30 minutes, if you will. So if you got family near Smithville, they need to go be seeking shelter if they haven't been already. So that tornado warning is likely confirmed for this little area here that's showing up on radar. It looks like we do have a CC drop on potentially both of these areas of rotation here. So we could have twins on the ground. I'm more concerned about this one just east of Smithville, where you could... It does seem that yes, a tornado could have touched down or is on the ground right now, again, east of Smithville, heading towards Bexar and to Vina, Alabama. So you need to be getting ready to seek shelter if you haven't been already. Alright, so we're going to leave this tornado warning alone, as again, it is out of our coverage area, but I do not want to forget about it. The severe thunderstorm warning does continue, again, for our counties in Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin County. This line is now beginning to approach our coverage area. You're likely getting frequent lightning, a lot of loud rumbles of thunder, and of course some heavier downpours beginning to move in. We're getting some rain showers developing out ahead of the line. That may help influence quick spin-up rotation, or couplets, if you will. That may allow us to see quick spin-up tornadoes throughout this evening. So we need to continue, we need to monitor that closely as we go through this time frame. It does look like a new area of potential rotation southwest of Belmont is showing up on radar, as we are seeing a MDA show up here. So this is just northwest of Red Bay and southwest of Pleasant Site. If you're in those areas, be aware that another new area of rotation could be ongoing towards that general area. By the way, if you do have family out here in Mississippi, we do have a tornado warning for Bassville and Presence, Mississippi. That's north of Columbia. And then we have multiple other tornado warnings out towards Decatur, Mississippi. So with that being said, if you got family out there, please be sure that they are aware of the severe weather threat. Now, for us closer to home, right now it's just a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on it. We have 20 more minutes on this warning, and I think what I'm going to do now is draw a storm track on this. Most of these showers are moving northeast. I just want to quickly check on these supercellular type rain showers that are beginning to develop out ahead of the line. Let's see here. Alright, we're going to get WSV3 open. We're going to try to draw us a storm track again for the showers and thunderstorms. Severe thunderstorm warning that's currently in Lauderdale, Franklin, and Colbert counties. And then we'll track that northeast to kind of give you a better understanding on where these storms could be heading next and when could they be at your door.
I have a storm track up.
Okay, Okay, perfect. Thank you. I
Nope.
wonder if I can. No, I can't. Darn it. That sucks. I was gonna try to pull up your screen bigger, but it's not letting me.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Oh, I think it's locked in the sources.
Okay. That's alright. Alright, so Tanner does have a storm track up for us. So let me take us out of studio mode. That's probably going to allow us to see better. No, I can't see it at all.
That's fine. I'll hop on.
Okay.
Yeah, we have that storm track. Move to the northeast at 40 an hour. Just double check. Yep, moving to the east of 40. This is for Pleasant Sight coming up here in 2 minutes. White Oak in about 8 minutes. Red Rock in 26 minutes. Barton 27 minutes. Smithsonia 33 minutes. Cedar Hill Estates coming up here in 35 minutes.
Milk Springs in 35. Tuscumbia 38. Village number 1 38. Sheffield in 40. And Oakland in 41 minutes. Let me take I'll take a sounding real quick.
I ignore that. That is tornado warning being issued for Mississippi. So again, when you hear that you that is going to be for Mississippi. We will keep you updated if a warning is issued in Alabama. I'm really wanting these cells ahead of, or prefrontal tube cells ahead of the line, just to make sure they don't do anything dumb, if you will, or sneaky, mischievous, whatever you want to say. But again, the line is moving quick enough. It should catch up relatively quickly with these. The thing is, once these move down, once these merge within the line, this may influence a quick spin up tornadoes. So keep that in mind as this put this east. So again, a confirmed tornado is on the ground by weather spotters south of Fremont. This is heading toward that area. As a northeasterly track. That's new tornado warning. Here it is. I've already said your name about 100 times now. The tornado warning is now in effect for Scottsville, Marion County. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a new tornado warning get issued for Vina, Old Burleson, Atwood, Hodges. Those areas right there. Matter of fact, these areas earlier this morning were issued under a tornado warning. Here we are again seeing these warnings. But if you are anywhere within Bexar or Scottsville in Marion County, you need to go into those interior room of a sturdy building with as walls as you can between you. And yourself, like a bicycle helmet breaker important necessity. We've been talking about this all day. It's very.
I've been muted, I assume. So we'll talk about this again. I believe, for whatever reason, my mic was muted. A tornado warning was issued for Marion County over Bexar and Scottsville. I wouldn't be surprised if a tornado warning gets issued for Vina and Red Bay and Franklin County. If you are in, again, Marion County near or towards Scottsville and Bexar, put as many walls as you can between you. Stay away from doors and windows. Bring you a bicycle helmet if you can. And stay sheltered in place. Go ahead, Tanner.
So, right now, with the latest sounding we just got, the cap is still in place as of the 18Z, but it may break later with increasing temperatures and forcing. So with this line of forcing, most likely this cap will break. But if the cap breaks, the environment will be supportive of severe weather, including supercells and possible tornadoes. We do have a convective inhibition of negative 177 joules per kilogram, which is a relatively strong cap, and it would suppress convection unless it unfolds forcing is present. Temperature profile is right at 700 millibars, which is roughly 3, which is supporting surface-based conditions, but no, nonetheless, the cap is still there, but it is partially broken.
Okay, thank you very much, Tanner. And yeah, with all this forcing that we have from this line that's ongoing, we're likely going to see that cap break, which will allow for substantial upgrowth with these storms. Again, a tornado warning was issued for Bexar and mainly Bexar, Alabama. The current warning in Mississippi is confirmed, but the National Weather Service in Huntsville, Alabama has allowed this one to go radar indicated.
Tornado warning in Huntsville.
Not Huntsville. That would be Franklin County. It's a new tornado warning for Franklin County that was
Sorry,
just
Franklin
issued.
County, not Huntsville. Franklin.
Franklin,
Sorry.
Yep, you're good. You're good. So a new tornado warning was just issued for Franklin County. If you are in Franklin County, put as many walls as you can between you. Stay.
Is radar down?
I believe there's something up with radar.
Radar's down.
Okay, that was probably due to the tornado that went by it.
All right, we have a confirmed tornado. I believe they're calling tornado emergency.
Wouldn't know. Wait a minute.
No.
No, I don't think so. No, radar is still up.
But originally northern weekend.
Yeah, I still have radar.
All right. Okay. I've lost it on Omega.
Okay, that's an Omega issue. Okay, another thing that I will mention, a new signature just southwest of Pleasant Site is now showing up. This is a small area of rotation that's being picked up on GR level 2 here. We have a MDA strength of 1.1. With that being said, a potential spin-up tornado is possible right there. And that area is not essentially in a tornado warning, but now the area that is coupleting, if you will, is moving into that tornado warned area. So, that being said, Bexar, Vina, Hodges, Red Bay, Pleasant Site, Russellville, and Isbell, and Marion and Franklin counties, you are in a tornado warning until, I believe, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. to 2:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time, as this storm does have history of producing a quick spin-up tornado back near Tremont, Mississippi. So keep that in mind. Be seeking shelter now. I did just see that a severe thunderstorm warning expansion was just added. Tanner, if you want to take over on that.
Yeah, give me 1 sec.
Alright, you're good. I do not see any other concerns, if you will, with this line. I do want to mention one thing. This cell that's about to move into Bexar, this is basically a supercell at the moment. If it gets enough shear behind it and it starts to really hook, we can have a potential major tornado with this. It just depends on if it can do it. Let's hope that it doesn't. Let's hope that it struggles in the environment, if you will. But we're going to have to closely monitor it as it moves northeast, again, into Bexar, Vina, Hodges, and into Russellville later within the next about 30 minutes or so. Go ahead, Tanner.
Stand by and ready when you are.
You're good.
All right, right now we have a severe several tornado warnings actually, and a particularly dangerous supercell near Tremont and Fairview, heading towards Red Bay, Hodges, and Phil Campbell. Residents in these areas, please take immediate shelter as this storm is approaching, and it is a radar indicated tornado. This is a supercell, and it has tornado potential. So these are textbook classic supercell characteristics with rotation, a hook echo, which normally relies on indicating tornado development. Another thing we're watching here is right by Red Bay. We have a strong inflow here. You can see our inflow. I don't have pen software on this particular computer, but we have a strong inflow notch here. And then Hodges and Phil Campbell, that'll be the next line of a potential tornado impact coming out of the cell. This is a strong inflow wind, and it is feeding into the supercells, which is sustaining updraft and helping tornado development ahead of the area of storms, which would be Phil Campbell and Russellville. You should remain alert as these continued inflows could become and are dangerous. So we're going to continue to look here, check for a couple of velocity things
Tanner,
here. Bear with me here for a
I'm
sec.
going to break in here real quick. I do want to
No, go ahead.
mention, I was just monitoring a area along Lauderdale and Colbert counties. That entire line there that I saw earlier had some rotation, quick spin up rotation. Looks like they've let up now, but that is something that we're going to have to closely monitor as, again, the evening goes on. These are going to be very quick, and we could see very fast tornadoes touch the ground before lifting very quickly. But yes, we did have some brief rotation just south of Cherokee and north of Pleasant Site, but they have since let up.
Yes, I do agree with that here. So remember, we still have this tornado warning. It is a supercell structure, so strong rotation. Strong rotation is possible with a possible tornado developing. We also do have a hook echo visible here. And bear with me here, guys. I'm just gonna get a pen up here. You can see it's very hard to see here, but there's that hook echo. Hook is down here. And this will be that next thing here. So we are going to check velocity here for tight rotation. We have very weak rotation as far as storm relative velocity or velocity. Storm relative velocity has that rotation a little bit tighter. I'm going to turn these off here just so I can show you guys here. There's that rotation. It's a little bit tighter now coming it back into this, but nonetheless, we do have very tight rotation. I don't want this right now. Next thing is we're looking at these. There's definitely 70 plus mile an hour gusts outside this tornado path, which is going to bring the higher elevation and better thoughts for possible power outages. So do be prepared for power outages. We also do have flash flooding that is possible with this heavy rain training. You're going to want to watch for very, very quick increased flooding here. You can see there's that hook echo almost. It almost, if you look at it in a art kind of eye, if you will, it almost looks like a tornado actually here on radar. So that is something we need to look for. Do mind you that this is a very fast moving, little time to react, take action now. And if you remember, if you are under this tornado, get to the most center part of your house. Anything to protect you, mattresses, helmets, blankets, get the kids, get everybody right now into, get everybody with you in the house here. So
And Tanner, let me go ahead. I'm going to call out some names here.
Yeah.
Some town names as I got Radar Omega pulled up here. So, of course, Bexar, if you're not in your safe place now, anybody along that area or along I-22, go ahead and start finding a sturdy shelter. As Tanner mentioned, this does have the potential of producing a tornado, and this would be very quick moving and a short time to react. So go ahead and be moving to shelter while you can, especially if you're in Vina, Red Bay, Hodges, again, Russellville. If you're anywhere along County Road 24 or Highway 43 going north or south, go ahead and find a sturdy shelter or sturdy building, if you will, again, away from doors and windows, and seek shelter there until the warning is allowed to expire or moves out of your area. Another thing, if you're in a mobile home, get out of the mobile home and again, find a sturdy building to seek shelter in.
Yeah, I agree. So right now, what we have here is we have a strong hook echo near Tremont, and even onto portions of, let's see, Tremont and Fairview, which is indicating a likely tornado here. So there's Tremont. That's that extension warning. Very intense reflectivity core. That's giving the red and purple here. That's going to be up here in the top right box. The top right box, that is our base reflectivity. And then, bear with me here for a sec. Looking here really quickly. We have the tornado warning that covers Red Bay to Phil Campbell, meaning these locations should take immediate shelter, obviously. So what else we have is strong rotation is right near Tremont, moving northeast towards Red Bay and Phil Campbell. This storm has potential to produce a large and dangerous tornado. I cannot stress this enough.
It's east of Tremont now, north of Bexar, by the way.
Thank you. East of Tremont, north of, what'd you say?
Bexar. That's what I'm
Bexar,
assuming it's
thank
called.
you. Yes, I'm just kind of all over. Excuse me.
Good.
Radars detecting debris near Tremont, which means a confirmed tornado is on the ground here. You can see this is now starting to move into portions, and bear with me, of Franklin County. through Vina, Red Bay, Hodges. You can see this is making that if you are in Red Bay, Vina, Hodges, take cover now. I cannot stress this enough. Looking down here into the right, into the bottom right, that is our vertical integrated liquid. So this has an extreme updraft capable of producing long track tornadoes. Large hail, damaging wind will also be a major concern along this. So, um, with this being said, a dangerous tornado may be on the ground near Tremont, moving towards Red Bay. Phil Campbell, seek shelter immediately. Great, latest scan just came in. We still have it moving that west to east direction, and stuff is still going through Red Bay and Vina right now, even through Hodges, up through Pleasant Site. This is very intense reflectivity coming back here. We normally don't see reflectivity, DBZ this high right now. So, Nick, if you want to go ahead and take over for a sec, I'm going to get a couple more things just to look at here really quick.
You're good. And a new hook echo, if you will, is trying to bow out of this area north of Bexar now. That's something, again, we will closely monitor. You can actually see that couplet right there that is ongoing. And yes, a potential tornado could be on the ground. The thing is, with these quick spin up tornadoes, you just have to believe that, hey, a tornado could be on the ground regardless, because they could be so quick you won't even notice them on radar. So what I want you to do, if you are in, again, if you're north of Bexar, heading into Hodges, Vienna, or Vina, Isabel, Russellville, go ahead and seek shelter and stay in your safe place. Don't stand out to try to see it, because there's no point. You need to stay in your safe place. A tornado
Right.
could very well be on the ground, as Tanner mentioned. There's not a lot showing up on radar, and that's just because of how hard it is to contradict where a potential tornado could be on the ground at, if you will. I'm not seeing anything on our correlation coefficient, which tells us different particles. It's particles different from raindrops in the air or raindrops in hail. So if, let's say, shingles or actually, I changed my mind. There could be a slight pixel here. It could be just noise, but I mean, they're kind of matching up. And Tanner, if you want to look at it quickly, we could very well potentially have a tornado slightly on the ground here. You see that?
Yeah, I agree. So, real quick, if you're now just joining us, I'm Tanner Ciro, along here with Nicholas Driver. We're tracking a tornadic supercell near Vina, rapidly moving towards Phil Campbell, Russellville, and Hodges. The reflectivity scans reveal a well-defined hook echo near Vina and a signature feature of a mesocyclonic tornado supercell. I don't know how to describe this any easier, but let's put it this way: stuff is getting real. The intensified gradient with a DBZ value exceeding 60 to right around 65 right now indicates a robust updraft supporting severe convection. The storm inflow notch remains unobstructed. Basically, that means we cannot see it right now, but this is still allowing warm, moist air to feed directly into this mesocyclonic possible tornado, which will enhance our rotation. And you can see that right here in our latest scan, right here in Vina. That is the latest right now. Looking here into the top right, this is our storm relative velocity. Our velocity scans detected a well-defined mesocyclone with a strong velocity couplet. The rapid inbounds and outbounds winds are indicating strong level wind shear, a key factor in tornado genesis, if you will. This storm is tapping into the low level jet, which will enhance the storm relative helicity, and that will future increase the likelihood of tornado genesis as the system continues to move towards Phil Campbell and Russellville. Nick, what's up?
And Tanner, what I usually love to do when looking for uptick or strength in supercells and squall lines and whatnot is the lightning. Right now, we are seeing a larger lightning uptick along with this supercell that's beginning to push northeast again into areas of Vienna or Vina and Russellville Hodges area. With that being said, do not be outside. Again, you're under a tornado warning. You need to stay indoors in a safe spot. But if you are caught outside, you are likely going to get struck by lightning. So just stay indoors. There could be CG or cloud to ground lightning ongoing with this supercell. Tanner, you got anything else?
Yeah, so right here, I'm just looking here at the latest scans coming in. We still have that moving well into Vina. So looking once again, we're gonna keep jumping between the four panels
here on my screen. That's why I really like this view. So you can see
So
up
you
here
can
in
see
the
up here
top
in the
right
top
where it
right
says
where it says
Vina
Vina,
and you have that multicolored. It's once again the top left. I apologize. We have seen the textbook supercell right near Vina here. I mean,
you can tell this is a textbook supercell. I mean, it just gives the idea. It honestly looks like a tornado if you actually look at it with an artistic mind here. But this
One
storm
thing I
has
want
the
to say,
structure.
there's not a defined, there's not really defined couplets within this whole entire supercell, but there's two areas that we are watching. One that would be south of Vienna or northeast of Bexar in Marion County, and then in an area of another couplet just east of Vienna, if you will, and Franklin County. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. So like I said, this is a textbook supercell near Vina. This storm has the structure to support a strong, possibly long track tornado. The inflow remains still. We cannot see where the inflow notches, but it is allowing this storm to sustain its strength as it moves towards Phil Campbell and Russellville. Looking up here, popping to the top right now, that's our storm relative velocity. We're seeing tight rotation near Vina. That's going to be right here. This is going to be your tight rotation.
I'll be right back, Tanner. I'm going to assess.
This storm is likely producing a tornado right now as we speak. The winds in this storm are extreme, indicating the potential for fast, damaging. A long track tornado is possible. Popping down here to the left box now. We are looking down here in the left box in the bottom left hand of your screen here. If you are looking at my screen, we are closely watching the correlation coefficients for tornado debris signature. If confirmed, this means a tornado is on the ground actively causing damage. Even if we don't see debris as of right now, this storm is still strong enough to produce a tornado at any moment. And then once again, moving over here towards the Ville, our vertical integrated liquid, this is helping us show an extremely powerful updraft, allowing it to sustain rotation and potentially produce a long-lived tracked tornado. This is also going to increase our large hail and intense rain, which will also bring present, making this a particularly dangerous situation. It also may possibly rain wrap this tornado in the event that it does that. So this is a life-threatening situation. The dangerous tornado is likely developing near Vina and moving towards Phil Campbell and Russellville. Seek shelter immediately. We can see that this rotation just to the north of Vina is continuing to move, and whatsoever it moves, it does not matter. This is still a very dangerous situation here.
And Tanner,
And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pop that back up. Go ahead, Nick.
just now coming in, officers reported dime-sized hail at Alabama Highway 33 and Alabama Highway 24. There's also been a tree down, reported tree down along Alabama Highway 33 and County Road 6. Another thing I want to quickly mention, if you are along Central Lauderdale and Colbert County, I would keep in mind that anywhere along this line, a quick spin-up tornado is very possible. You need, I'm just going to say this now, go ahead and seek shelter, go ahead and seek a sturdy building, or excuse me, a room. Put as many walls as you can between you. There we go. Away from doors and windows, and stay there until this warning passes through you. But I'm very concerned for just quick spin-up tornadoes that we're not allowed to see, or we can't see, if you will. And it just happens so quickly that y'all have no warning. So what I want to do is go ahead and get everybody near Cloverdale, St. Florence, Killen, Florence, Tuscumbia, Littleville, and Layton to be on height alert and be seeking shelter inside into an interior room away from doors and windows. Go ahead, Tanner.
Yeah, right there. We have the safety tips pulled up there on your screen now. Here's the weather impact tornado safety tips. Seek shelter immediately. The most interior room or bathroom away from windows. Get centered. Evacuate mobile homes. We cannot stress that enough. Get blankets, helmets, mattresses. Protect the kids' heads. It is scientifically proven. Most fatalities happen because debris hits you in your upper cordial. That's your head. That's your upper body. Get to the most interior part of your house. Nick, I'm gonna go ahead and run to the bathroom real quick
All right.
and give me like a minute or so, and I'll be right back,
All
guys.
right, you take your time. So people or folks out towards Bexar and Hamilton, you are now allowed to walk out of your storm cellar as the strongest part of the storm is out of your area. Well, yes, most of it's out of your area, and that tornado warning was allowed to expire. Now, our one out towards Franklin County, pretty much encompassing the entire county, is still in effect until I believe 5:15. Excuse me, 2:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And I'm trying to confirm that real quickly here. Yes, until 2:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for Franklin County, Alabama. We did just, I mentioned this earlier, now we have a flash flood warning for Colbert County, Franklin County, and western Lauder County in northwestern Alabama until 5 p.m. tonight. This being said, rainfall is possible in the next 2 to 3 hours with storms moving in the northeast Mississippi. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Flash flooding caused by thunderstorms, and of course this is radar indicated, so you do need to be aware of flooded roadways and rivers overflowing as well. So if you are caught close by a flooded roadway, you need to turn around and don't drown. Another thing I will say, if you are currently situated near Russellville or Isabel going towards Littleville, we still continue to see areas of rotation spinning up quickly and of course dissipating quickly, but that may warrant a new tornado warning going into Colbert counties, but I'm not seeing that being a high potential. It looks like this is becoming more of a linear threat of 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. The good news is we're seeing more of a linear type situation, but we do have plenty of prefrontals that are just lingering out here that could tap into the atmosphere that we have and grow upscale, cause a lot of mess here. So something about this area of rotation here that's interesting is that you got the inflow going into it kind of right here. We still have a good area of rotation that could be ongoing, and that's something we will, of course, monitor closely. That would be actually, I believe, southwest of Russellville or just west of Isbell. If you're in that area, you need to stay in your safe place and do not leave it. Now, 2 inches of hail could be falling over this area as well, especially northeast of Vina. So if you, again, are not in your safe place right now, I would recommend you to do so
Yeah, I agree.
immediately.
So,
and as Tanner mentioned, with a tornado warning in effect, what's the most important thing you need to do? Well, the first thing is you need to gather important items, including a weather radio, your phone, of course. Well, your phone is not an extremely important item, but to keep you updated with the radar, the weather, and everything, bring your phone, bring a weather radio into a sturdy room of your house, most preferred a basement or a storm shelter. And just make sure that you are away from doors and windows. Bring you a bicycle helmet. As Tanner said, it's proven that a bicycle helmet is able to protect your head, as more head injuries are common when it comes to severe weather impacts. Another thing that you can do is evacuate from mobile homes. If you live in a mobile home, you need to get out and find, again, a sturdy shelter away from doors and windows in the most interior spot of that house. This warning is not in effect for the next it's not allowed to expire until 2:15, so again we got about 15 minutes on this warning. So Franklin County, just hold tight as much as you can. as this warning continues to be in effect. It is not extremely tight rotation that's calling out my name, but there is definitely a chance for spin up tornadoes along this entire supercell here. But again, this is more of a linear threat as we go on. We got more cells, plenty of cells out here towards Mississippi. This has nothing to do with us, but this is where the main threat's expected to be. Yes, there is an echo within this storm. I'm actually going to check our correlation coefficient real quick. Whoops. We could have had a brief tornado warning, or excuse me, we could have had a brief tornado on the ground, or yeah, the echo in the audio is from Tanner's end. I do apologize. We do have some river flood warnings that are in effect over towards Madison, Jackson, and Marshall counties, so keep that in mind as well. Tanner, by the way, we do have some echo coming in with the audio.
Okay.
But by far, nothing new is showing on the radar. The severe thunderstorm warning does continue until 2:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. And another thing to mention, a tornado is possible anywhere alongside this severe thunderstorm warning, so keep that in mind. With this tornado warning that is currently encompassing Russellville and Vina, the warning has now been upgraded to ping pong ball size hail that could potentially be falling. Again, areas northeast of Vina and just west of Russellville. So ping pong ball size hail. Tanner, do you have a chart that you can pull up of hail diameter or hail size?
I can look for. I don't have one in my graphic system. I have one, not at the touch of my finger, but I can scroll through in a minute.
Okay.
And find you one.
And another thing, do you see anything that concerns you as of right this second?
Let me take a look here. Give me one sec. Let's see. All right. Let me take a look and pull. Just looking here. Right, I gotta get it all up yet. Still. All right. Supercell. Right, Russellville. Broad rotation, very broad rotation. 80-mile-an-hour winds. Let's see what we have here. Right, so Russellville has nothing over it at the current moment.
There's a lot of noise contamination with the radar, so it's making it extremely hard.
There is still a hook echo near Vina, indicating strong rotation and possibly developing a tornado. Torrential downpours and heavy rain obviously may obscure the tornado, making it difficult to see. But obviously, do not attempt to even look at it because you want to make sure you're sheltering safely. So don't even try, look outside and see if you can see it, because you should be sheltering. Our radar is indicating strong rotation still near Vina, to the northeast of Vina near Phil Campbell actually now, and it's going to be right here. It's going to be this white part. It does, even though they're not touching each other, it's still very straight line winds. This storm has ingredients to produce a tornado at any time, which is meaning residents in the warning area should be in their safe place now. We've already been over this here. Correlation coefficient, that's going to be here in the bottom left. At the moment, we don't have any confirmed debris, but the tornado is still strong enough. Yeah.
There could be a little tiny area just west of Hodges, which is where that. Actually, no. Yeah, there's a little area trying to pull out in front of the supercell. It's just west of Hodges. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it. All right, so I do agree with that. But right now, at the moment, we don't have no confirmed debris.
No.
But obviously, this storm still has rotation strong enough to produce a tornado if it were to continue. If we do see a drop in correlation coefficients, that would indicate debris being lofted into the air, or it can be one of two things: it being lofted into the air, or a confirmed tornado on the ground. And then looking at our vertical integrated liquid radar, is still showing a very strong updraft, meaning that this storm still has energy to sustain rotation and a possible long track tornado if it is still continuing. But significant hail is also present, which can make driving even more dangerous to stay off the road the warning area. But this is still a tornado warning. Nothing concerning at this time right now. It's now just kind of uh this cell moving its way from west to east, but nothing right now concerning my eye.
By the way, we did have reports from 911 in Marion County, Alabama. Um, Augie Avery, Franklin County Fire Unit, was reporting a rotation on Highway 19 and Pilot Hill in Vena from the storm that exited Marion County. Another thing, that rotation was passing just east of Vena. Uh, the one thing again that they updated with this tornado warning is the hail size to again ping pong ball size hail. So potential tornado and ping pong ball size hail. If you're not seeking shelter from that tornado, which you should, but if you're not, you should be seeking shelter from that ping pong ball size hail. That's not good.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But as
But
of right
as of right
now,
now,
nothing's
nothing is
happening.
happening.
I
I
don't
don't
see
see
anything.
anything.
And
And
that's a
that's a
good
good
thing.
thing.
That's
That's
how
how
we want it to stay. We don't want much to happen. Still, classic supercell up here in Vena. Um, there's actually a couple of areas of these classic supercells.
Yeah.
But no, we have some rotation trying to re-strengthen in Russellville. Hail continuing through Vena, Red Bay,
Red Bay,
but
but
absolutely
absolutely
no
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 debris
debris
being
being
lofted
lofted
as of right
as of right
now.
now.
As of what
As
we
of what
know,
we
there's
know, there's
nothing
nothing
happening
happening
right
right
now.
now.
Absolutely, I agree. Tanner, I almost forgot your name again. Wonderful. The only thing that we do have ongoing right now is that potential, again, large hail up to ping pong ball size. And of course, gusty damaging winds of 60 miles per hour. A tornado warning was just continued into Lauderdale and Colbert counties, so now that includes Muscle Shoals, Florence, and Lexington for the next 67 minutes or until 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This this tornado warning was continued for radar indicated rotation and ping pong ball size hail. So again, Florence, Marshall Shoals, Rogersville, Lexington, going into Russellville, you're all now in a tornado warning. So that area of rotation does continue to concern the National Weather Service in Huntsville, Alabama. I do see this trying to hook out again and become a larger issue here very
Let
soon.
me see. Yeah, I agree. I think it'll try and hook.
So that is something that we're going to monitor very closely. Can you see exactly where the rotation is at, or is there just too much contamination?
There's way too much contamination.
That's what I was thinking. I think they're just playing it safe to issue a new tornado warning.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do a storm track here in a minute if we want to do that.
Yeah.
So bear with me, folks. I do apologize for the silence. I am posting the warning to Facebook.
Do you want me to take care of warnings?
If you want to.
Okay.
I'm posting most of them on my
No,
personal
actually,
server.
it's just gonna be easier for you because I can't.
Okay. Yeah,
Because I don't have your account.
that's correct. Um, if you're towards central Alabama now, I would be preparing for some of these stronger storms. I wish that would stop going off. Okay, again, if you're out towards central Alabama, you are likely going to be having issues with just heavier downpours and frequent lightning, maybe some pea-sized hail. But as of right now, we're staying pretty under severe, other than that tornado warning up in Franklin, Lauderdale, and Colbert counties. Now, I'm not going to say this just to say this because we're not done with this threat yet. It's only 2. But enough blabbering on that. Again, a tornado warning was just issued if you're just now tuning in for Russellville, Littleville, Tuscumbia, Lexington, Florence, Killen, Bailey Springs, Green Hill, and Lexington up into Lauderdale County. For an area of rotation that the National Weather Service is concerned about, while we're not exactly able to see it on radar, it is a direct concern. So that is why we do have this tornado warning. I'm actually going to send this to, let's see. There is some thunder just outside of the studio now. So keep that in mind. Alright. We're actually going to pull up this camera here up in Lexington, Alabama. Just kind of check it out. So the only thing that's going on is heavier rain. They're likely going to start sounding the sirens here soon across Lexington, Alabama. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. Larger hail up to ping pong ball size hail is likely still falling with this. I don't think we've had anything confirmed in that case. No confirmed hail from this supercell yet. Okay, so yeah, due to the history of the sail and the rotation, they are continuing that tornado warning. So that's why we had that extension towards the northeast. There's some cells out towards Fulton and Smithfield that we're going to monitor as well. That will kind of move over the same areas that this one's currently sitting at. Matter of fact, it's basically an entire line that's going to train over the same areas within the next several hours, causing a flash flooding threat, which is why we do already have a flash flooding warning. Excuse me, a flash flood warning for Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin counties. Tanner, are you seeing anything?
Nope. I'm looking for that graphic.
Okay, you're good. I'm going to see. Okay, heavy rainfall is now beginning to fall. There was so the original tornado warning was allowed to expire. We continue with the one that was just issued until 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Due to the history of this supercell, they decided to continue this tornado warning. with and alongside a tornado threat.
threat.
With gusty winds of
Gusty
60
winds of
and potentially
60
up to
and
70
potentially
miles
up
per
to
hour
70 miles per hour.
does continue
Does
across the
continue
same
across the
given
same
point.
given point.
So if you are
If you
along
are
this area
along this area
and maybe
and
out
maybe out
east of
east of
I-65, go ahead and be
I-65, go
preparing
ahead and
for
be
this
preparing
line
for
to
this
push
line
in.
to push in.
Of course, if you're just
Of
now
course, if you're
tuning
just
in
now
and you have
tuning in
any
and you have
questions,
any questions,
feel free to ask.
feel free to ask.
Yeah, a lot of the main threats happening out towards the central parts of Mississippi and Alabama. Let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and kind of run down. An area. So people could be seeking shelter here. So the storm is currently moving northeast, or I should say the cell is moving northeast, again into Florence, Alabama, and parts of Muscle Shoals. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and be moving into an interior room of a sturdy building away from doors or windows. Put as many walls as you can between you from the outside world. Try to bring you a bicycle helmet with you. Bring you a med kit, or I would call, or say, a weather-ready kit alongside with you. Have plenty of ways to receive warnings, and again, stay weather aware, and we'll keep you updated on this tornado warning. Alright, so the storms in Mississippi are timed out to track into the Huntsville area around 5 p.m. this evening. Now, we could see some of these showers ahead of the severe warning and tornado warning move into the area, but the strongest threat is just to our west. I did just notice parts of extreme northwestern Lawrence County is also in this tornado warning. It does seem that a potential tornado could be trying to develop near Littleville. But again, radar is very scarce out here, so since this is in a tornado warning, we're hoping that you're in your safe place and you're not just sitting on the couch. You need to just stay in your safe place and do not get out. Tornado warnings are not something to sleep on at all. But an area just south of Littleville and northeast of Russellville, is an area that I'm watching at this time for a potential tornado, even on the ground. To me, it looks like noise, so we're gonna keep an eye on it. The tornado warning was continued for northeastern Franklin and northwestern Lawrence County, Lauderdale, and Colbert counties until 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This cell is moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Tornado and ping pong ball size hail cannot be ruled out. And these are both radar indicated. All right, parts of Vina, Red Bay, and Pleasant Sight have now allowed to be discontinued from the tornado warning. So, other than the severe thunderstorm warning, you are allowed to kind of breathe a breath of air. The tornado warning is now out of your area, but it does again continue for areas of Russellville, Littleville, Tuscumbia, Lexington, Florence, St. Florence, Killen, Rogersville, Anderson, and Lexington. And if you haven't gotten to your safe place now, like I mentioned, you need to be getting there now. There could be another area of rotation southwest of Russellville that I'm watching. You got your reds and yellows here. Well, that would usually be your reds or greens. But you do got a couple that's showing up. So just a heads up if you're just west of Russellville. Again, these areas could be just noise, but regardless of that, you need to be seeking shelter, as this is a tornado warning. Much of those indicators have been removed now, but again, a tornado warning is still in effect until 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I do not believe there's sounding off sirens in Lexington yet, which is odd. That severe thunderstorm warning was also updated. Parts of Cherokee, Waterloo, and Red Bay are now allowed to walk out of the house because you are now out of that severe thunderstorm warning. It does continue for Phil Campbell, Russell Shoals, Florence, Rogersville, and Lexington until 2:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, within the next 7 minutes. We will likely get an extension to that severe thunderstorm warning into Lawrence County, Limestone County, and Morgan County. If we don't,
No rotation.
10-4. Oh, where's that rotation at?
I said, I was reading. It says no confirmation on tornado yet, but we're still getting plenty of reports of people seeing rotation.
Okay. Yeah, potential area near Littleville. Yeah, this entire line is potentially rotating here. If you're out towards Lexington, Rogersville, you're likely seeing more of a gusty wind threat right now. But you are under a tornado warning. Until again 3:15. No confirmation, like Tanner just mentioned, on a tornado yet, but still getting plenty of reports of seeing rotation from the cell as it continues to push northeast into the southern Tennessee, or into southern Tennessee, if you will. I wonder where these reports were coming from. do have a hail report just now coming in from emergency management of ping pong ball sized hail in New Bethel, Alabama. So now this is going to be an observed severe thunderstorm warning and tornado warning for ping pong ball sized hail. So keep that in mind.
All right, ping
Alright, ping pong ball size hail, and now
that Nick is actually
speaking of hail, we can go ahead to that here in just a sec.
Stand by.
Alright.
Stand by.
Nick, are you ready, weather?
Nick, are you ready, weather?
Yep. I am.
Okay, I didn't remember.
Okay, I didn't remember.
Bear with us, folks, as Tanner is going to bring up something to show us to better explain hail.
Please stand by, everybody.
Please stand by, everybody.
One more report coming in, getting reports of baseball-sized hail in Colbert County. I'm going to go ahead and make a post about that. Bear with us, folks.
All right, and there you go, Nick. If you want to pull our screens back to double,
Alright.
and then we'll go ahead and I'll start talking about that. Are we back at double?
Yeah, we've been at double.
Perfect. All right. All right, there you go, everybody. So that is a little bit of a helpful explainer of the hail sizer explainer. This is from the National Weather Service. So you can see, Nick, what was the latest one we just got?
Ping pong ball size hail officially reported potentially up to baseball.
Okay. So ping pong ball. And bear with us here, guys, as we pull this up. Ping pong balls, that for this, alright. Oh, baseball sized.
Has it been picked up now?
It has, alright. So speaking of baseball size, that's very rare to see, because that means you've already surpassed ping pong ball, golf ball,
Yep.
hen egg, tennis ball, and now we are at baseball. Next would be softball, and then DVD and grapefruit size. So like Nick just said, so we are at 2.75 for hail size. So
and you
we
know
are
what
getting
that
up
tells
there.
us right there? That tells us that our updraft, our lift is extremely well. And we also got cold air aloft, allowing for the hail to become more larger, if you will. And Tanner, you could probably explain that in a better way, but you got the green light there.
Perfect. No, Nick, you had it perfectly. Like Nick was saying, guys, you know, that's the easiest way to explain to everybody is baseball size hail. That's going to be the easiest way to explain what we just told you. Easiest way to explain all that is just going to be by baseball size, because that's, you know, it's a reference tool, if you will. We use different reference tools to explain things to you.
Absolutely, and I'm just now getting reports of an apartment complex fire at 3050 Baylor, or I believe that's Byler Road, Moulton, was struck by lightning at 2:17, and fire department is evacuating residents. So this lightning is very dangerous.
Wow. You know, that is just crazy to be seen. Um, it's just crazy to be seen. All right, let's go back here to our 4 box method. That's not going anywhere anytime soon here. So, um, right now what we're looking at is we're looking at a dangerous supercell moving through Florence and Muscle Shoals. This is showing a well-defined hook echo. Yeah, I guess you could say a hook echo.
Not necessarily, but it's pretty close to it, yeah.
Let me see. Yeah.
Emergency management has reported baseball-sized hail in the Colbert Heights community. So that's just now coming in. By the way, a new severe thunderstorm warning did just get issued for Pleasant Sight, Red Bay, Vina, Hodges, Isbell, and Russellville ahead of this newer line of storms coming in from Mississippi. That will move northeast. There's also another area in Marion County that we're going to have to monitor closely that has a potential of damaging wind gust and a spin up tornado. This one is going to move into Marion County within the next several minutes.
All right, so there we go. That's what it is. I'm sorry. So there's a dangerous supercell impacting Florence and Muscle Shoals, showing a strong rotation and a likely tornado. This storm is capable of producing rain wrap tornado, meaning you won't be able to see it, so you're going to want to seek shelter immediately. Moving to our storm route to velocity in the top. Radar is still indicating a rotation near Florence and Muscle Shoals, moving towards Rogersville and Lexington. The velocity couplet indicates a possible tornado forming or already on the ground. We have not had reports yet, but if you're in the warning area, take shelter immediately. Right now, we do not have a confirmed debris, which means a tornado is not occurring to our knowledge, but this storm has rotation and it could form at any time. Do not wait for confirmation. Take cover now. And vertically integrated, large hail and heavy rain.
Absolutely, and as you can hear, the thunder is starting to rumble outside of the studio now. Let's see, what was I doing? These smaller sails are worth to continue to watch, as they could have severe potential in the next several minutes to hours. I do want to mention, I believe a flash flood warning has been, okay, there's a new river that has a flash flood warning on it. It's called Big Nance Creek at Cortland, affecting Lawrence County. Moderate flooding is forecast, so just keep that in mind if you live by Big Nance River, I believe it was. Yeah. Again, new severe thunderstorm warning now for areas of Red Bay and Vina until 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail is what you could expect. Heading out towards that severe thunderstorm warning out towards Smithville and Tremont. This is where we saw that first potential of tornado. What's going on here? That's where we saw that first potential of the tornado from earlier. Now we could potentially see that again, moving into, again, Marion County within the next several minutes. This severe thunderstorm warning out towards Smithville and Tremont has a tornado possible tag on it, and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour is possible. And the severe thunderstorm warning for, Franklin County is only issued for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and again penny-sized hail. That tornado warning up towards now Littleville, Tuscumbia, Florence, Lexington, Killen, Daly Springs, Green Hill, again Lexington, and Anderson is in effect for the next 39 minutes or until excuse me here, until 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Again, EMA reported baseball-sized hail with this current supercell. Baseball-sized hail is potentially falling over the Muscle Shoals and Florence area as we speak. It does seem like that signature has weakened by a lot, but that's still a large amount that's possibly falling.
All right. So the storm has a well-defined hook echo over Tuscumbia. But would you call it a hook echo?
I don't think so. I don't think it would be declared as a hook echo. Now, if you take, there's been recent storms that they hooked inside themselves. I forget what that's called. But take the supercell in Alta Vista, Kansas, a year ago. It kind of looped inside of itself. So it could be declared as a hook echo. I just can't remember what it's called. What we're likely seeing is gusty damaging winds with this. I think the tornado threat is starting to go down. As it's just becoming a big rain and hail blob. Alright, new area to watch, Tanner. Just southwest of Vina, we have an area of potential rotation beginning to move into, again, areas southwest of Vina. So this would be in, again, Franklin County. So if you're in Franklin County, you got another one that's moving in. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And a potential tornado could get started up there. A new severe thunderstorm warning will likely be prompted into Marion County with a tornado possible tag. We do have media pictures coming in. Tanner, do you see my screen, or are you able to see my screen?
1 sec.
That looks more like ping pong ball size. Maybe larger. Actually, that looks more like golf ball. But we have reports coming in from Muscle Shoals.
Let me see. Oh, is that from Slack?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like ping pong.
I'd say a little bit larger than ping pong. Potentially.
Yeah.
Again, a severe thunderstorm warning may be added into Marion County at some point eventually. There was a few areas of circulation that we were monitoring along that area. They do continue, but it has since broadened out, and it's not a huge concern as of now. Flash flooding has been reported on Old Nauvoo Road. Department of Water estimated to, or at 6 to 8 inches. So we have flooding ongoing now. across parts of northwestern Alabama, and you can expect that to potentially continue. So just an update from our meteorologist Todd Barron. A quick overall update: the messy showers ahead of the supercells in northwest Alabama is likely helping cut off some of inflow that could realize further east at the moment. However, we still got baseball-sized hail out of one storm. We're still watching the area of clearing in eastern Mississippi since we still have instability and lots of shear to tap into. If any cell can tap into that, it will intensify rather quickly as it moves across the state line. So keep that in mind. And then nickel-sized hail has been reported near County Road 33 on Highway 72. That tornado warning again continues until 3:15 Central Daylight Time.
All right, so real quick, just a little update here. Top left, you know how it goes. High precipitation or HP supercell with a well organized inflow notch to the west of Tuscumbia. That would be right there. That'd be your inflow notch. Intense reflectivity values indicate hail likely exceeding 2.5 inches, especially down here in Littleville. And we have had some reports of that already coming in here, especially looking here at our Ville. The storm has strong precipitation wrapping around the mesocyclone, reducing visibility for potential spotters down there. All right, looking to the top right now. Strong tight velocity couplet exists from southwest Towns Creek. So it's going to be down here, confirming a powerful mesocyclone. A strong inbound and outbound velocity suggests deep, low-level rotation, increasing our tornado potential as this continues to make a west to east approach. And given the strength of rotation, the storm may not or have already produced a tornado. Bottom left, the correlation coefficients. A distant TDS appears just to the east of Littleville, but it looks like that may have been, it could be confirming debris being lofted, but we have not had reports. Non-meteorology returns is a tornado actively causing damage, but other than that, Ville is still high, indicating some possible hail.
Thank you very much, Tanner. So we do have a continuation on the severe thunderstorm warning out towards Franklin County. Again, it continues until I think it was double check. It does continue until 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and P to penny-sized hail. An area of potential rotation is now moving. Never mind. It could be potentially moving into western Marion County. All in all, it does look like a lot of these showers have helped kind of stabilize the atmosphere as of right now. This is becoming more of a soggy type of threat than anything. But again, large hail is still out there. It is still a potential. Especially if you're living along Lexington again, and Rogersville.
All right, they issued a severe thunderstorm warning.
Yep,
And Nick, that is going to That is going to include UNet, correct?
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna move this to
Let
this
me
Let's
take a
take a
side.
look
look
here
here
for
for
you.
you.
No, it's not. Yes,
Yes,
it
it
will
will
include
include
you.
No, it's not. It's literally just to my north.
Uh, no, it says you're in it.
I might be.
Are you Tanner or Tanner Crossroads?
I'm south of that.
Okay.
But anyways, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for now areas of Town Creek, Hillsborough, Athens, Tanner, Elkmont, and parts of going into Ardmore, uh, Limestone County. Excuse me. So this severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for golf ball size hail, 60 mile per hour and 60 mile per hour wind gust. This is both radar indicated and I would say confirmed from EMA. Dime size hail from Limestone County Emergency Management is being reported near Hickory Ridge Road and Highway 99.
All right, they just canceled that tornado warning for Lawrence and Colbert, Alabama.
Awesome. Of course. Tanner, can you
All
tell
right,
me?
but nonetheless, we still have that tornado possible warning down there for Russellville. And then we have this new one that just came out for another 58 minutes. And I'll have all of that in a minute. So give me a sec. Let me just analyze what's coming in here. All right. So we do have these kind of bows. Don't have really strong rotation. There's some wind in here though. Do have an increased tail. So let's just see. So that's a good thing. That's all right. So looking right now, we actually just covered that tornado warning. But we do have this new severe thunderstorm warning, considerable damaging threat for golf ball sized hail. We don't have any debris right now, but that rotation could increase still. It could also re-ramp back up. So that radar does indicate a mesocyclone right over Florence right now, meaning a tornado could form at any potential time. This storm is producing golf ball sized hail and damaging wind, except significant damage, or sorry, expect, not accept, expect significant damage to vehicles and buildings. If you're in Athens or Decatur, the storm is moving in your direction. Be prepared, but no tornado debris or anything is being confirmed right now here. So looking up here in the top, we do have a very heavy rain and large hail. The storm is very well organized and has a large area of intense precipitation. The dark purple and white cores are suggesting some potential updraft, which is supporting golf ball sized hail. And you can see that looking down here in the left, in the right bottom, that is our VIL, our vertical integrated liquid, which is another word for hail. Looking at our storm relative velocity, well-defined couplet is not. It is there. It's going to be right along Muscle Shoals and Littleville. But winds do appear to be stronger than earlier scans, meaning rotation could be tightening once again. But that also does bring the potential of a potential warranted tornado coming possibly at any time. Looking at the bottom, like we said, there's no debris, and that's a good thing. There is just a lot of noise happening, but hail is on that higher side, which means a significant hail growth in the storm, and that is under that severe thunderstorm warning and considerable tag.
We do have a. Let me get my words together here. A severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag now, for Franklin, or excuse me, yes, Franklin County. Did you already talk about this, Tanner?
I have not.
Okay, so a tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin County is in effect, and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and penny-sized hail can also not be ruled out. And this is ahead of some small areas that was being notified just west of Vina. It's not rotating anymore, but in precaution, they did make that a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. There we go. And I was speaking of a potential severe thunderstorm warning out towards Marion County. Now that has kind of gone under severe limits, so it does not look like a higher end possibility. Did you say a considerable severe thunderstorm warning was in effect?
Yeah, it's that one over Athens.
Okay.
And that is for golf ball sized hail. So remember, here's your golf ball sized hail. Looking at our hail sizer.
It's a golf ball size hail could potentially fall towards Muscle Shoals, Rogersville, Lexington, Elkmont, and Athens Town Creek area. Keep in mind, hail can be extremely damaging and expensive, especially up to golf ball size hail. If a hailstorm were to go over a car dealership, that could be millions of dollars worth of damage within just a car dealership. So keep that in mind with that hail threat.
I've seen that happen before.
I have two back in 2016 in Coleman, Alabama. We had the largest hail size of grape. It was a grape size hailstone.
I do want to highlight something here real quick. We have my screen pulled up.
Yep.
What you're seeing right now, what you can see, this is that mid-level cyclone that we were talking about. This is what brought us this storm. See all the cloud cover? That is starting to knock some of our energy down. Cloud cover is not allowing sun. Sun is not allowing fuel. So that means that we're starting to come down. And I say this because looking right now here at the latest sounding, we have our cap right here. Our cap has broken. Higher up, we are in the troposphere. Our cap has also broken. Our cape right now is 175 joules with a negative 277 sin, which is putting our storm hodograph with a northeasterly movement. That's all we have as of right now. That is the latest sounding from the National Weather Service.
I appreciate that very much, Tanner. I'm gonna fix the radar screen real quick. There we go. But yeah, with a lot of this rain shower that we're having over Alabama as well, that is allowing for the environment to become a little bit more stable, if you will, for some areas. I keep pressing that. That one didn't scare me that time. Nice.
What was it?
Thunder. I got jump scared earlier this morning by a large rumble of thunder.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Keep that in mind, and then we do have a tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin counties. And that is why we are still live. Because both are important. That flash flood report is now showing up here. So again, flash flooding reported on Old Nauvoo Road. Department of Water estimated at 6 to 8 inches. That's something that I reported earlier. And I was just wanting to bring that up. And then, of course, I was talking about emergency management reported quarter-size hail 1 mile west of Shoal Creek on Highway 72. So that was another one that we mentioned earlier. If you're just now tuning in, we're just covering severe weather across northwestern Alabama. We currently have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. We did have, I believe, 3 tornado warnings earlier. Those have since been allowed to expire. And these 2 severe thunderstorm warnings have the potential for ping pong to baseball sized hail. And, of course, the potential for a tornado down towards Franklin counties. Reports are coming in of Lingerlost Road washed out about 1 mile south of 72 near Camberwell. Also multiple trees and power poles down 101 Kingston and Lexington. A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for... Oh no, that's continuation. Never mind. That's for Franklin, Lauderdale, Limestone, Lawrence, and Colbert counties. So with all these rain showers that spread across western and now central North Alabama, this is allowing for our storm threat to kind of dwindle down, as Tanner was talking about earlier. Our cap is not existent anymore, but there is a lower end cape or amount of energy and stability in the atmosphere. And we have plenty of shear, which is just wind in the upper atmosphere, to mess with, but storms are really going to struggle to stay together with these rain showers across the area. Basically allowing our atmosphere to stay stable. And Tanner, we still have multiple PDS tornado warnings out towards Mississippi, and James Spann's area has a tornado warning almost heading for Tuscaloosa. So that's a Birmingham market.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna kind of investigate that. So again, a new flood report has come in. Deputy reported about a foot or more of water on Highway 524 near Highway 49 due west of Russellville and the Bell Green community. So avoid that road as much as possible. We have been live for nearly 2 hours now. It is actually 2 hours. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else with rotation in these thunderstorms. Now, the larger hail does potentially continue over Limestone and Lauderdale counties. Matter of fact, there's a nice swath just southwest of Leicester. It could be impacting some areas there with larger hail. Alright, so now it's been dropped down to ping pong ball size hail. So it's no longer considered. But there is a tornado possible tag with the severe thunderstorm warning now. For again, Lauderdale, Northern Lawrence County and Limestone County. So a tornado possible tag, ping pong ball size hail, and 60 mile per hour winds with the severe thunderstorm warning now. Now I can kind of see where they were talking about. It's very messy.
It's very messy.
You seeing anything that concerns you,
seeing
Tanner?
anything that concerns you, Tanner?
Right now, let me check. No, not right now.
Alright, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, winds have definitely sufficiently died down.
Yeah, these tornado possible tags are just the only thing that's holding us tight here, and I believe the National Weather Service is just trying to play it safe with just a tornado possible tag. Tanner, if you want, we could just, because there's nothing in my eyes that is extremely concerning. We can just monitor radar and kind of call it the live stream for now, and if a tornado warning is issued, we can come back.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, with that being said, two different areas of severe thunderstorm warnings continue for Franklin, Colbert, Lawrence, Lauderdale, and Limestone counties.
Hold on.
Oh, I see what you're looking at.
I don't want to
End it yet. You watching an area towards west of Elkmont, south of Leicester?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I see what you're looking at.
I want everybody in Elkmont to get in their safe spot.
Yeah, that's a nice couplet right there. Some larger hail could be falling alongside with that. Anyone north of Elkmont as well should be seeking shelter.
Yeah, hold
There's
up.
a few areas out towards now Franklin County that grabs my attention. So if you're out towards Vina, heads up, there could be a potential spin-up tornado. Go ahead and be seeking shelter out there as well.
This storm, right here, what you're looking at, is space reflectivity. This storm is producing large to very large hail, possibly golf ball, softball, giving the velocity intensity. And the reason I say that is because you can look at this right here. You can look at this guy and tell that somewhere in here there's hail. The sharp reflectivity gradient along the eastern side, so that's going to be over here. This is like, suggests strong inflow, and there's got to be, if anything, this would be the inflow notch right here where I have my little arrow going. Inflow meaning the storm will remain well organized. I mean, you can tell this is already an organized storm. This could be a HP is what we would call it, not the computer brand HP. This could be a high
You're
precipitation
echoing pretty bad
supercell.
Supercell.
Okay.
High precipitation supercell, where hail and rain obscure potential rotation. Nonetheless, looking at storm relative velocity, let me clear this off here first, and let's go to that. This does not have a clear tornado signature. Once again, it does not have a clear tornado signature, but it definitely still has some embedded areas of rotation that could strengthen. With that being said, there is a possible inflow seen in reflectivity, along with wind-driven hail and severe wind gusts exceeding 60 to 70 mile an hour. And in no doubt in my mind, a
Tornado warning
microburst.
just issued for that area. Good job. A tornado
I
warning has
called
been
it 'cause
issued for North Athens and parts of Elkmont and Limestone
I
County.
called it too because I knew right there when I saw that reflectivity, I knew we had an inflow.
There you go. Good job. Alright, so again, a tornado warning has just been issued. An amazing job to Tanner's Hero for spotting that rotation. Again, just a little west of Elkmont now, correct?
Yeah.
And this new tornado warning is in effect until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It's a radar indicated rotation. Impact flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Alongside with this tornado warning, while it's not highlighted, Tanner was showing an area where larger hail could potentially be falling. So keep that in mind. Good eyes from Tanner. That warning is now in effect to 3:30 to 3:35.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I knew when I saw that it had an inflow. Yep. No doubt in my mind made me want to question it.
Got some heavier rain moving over the studio now. And if you are in Athens, Elkmont, or Tack in Limestone County, move into an interior room of a sturdy building away from doors and windows. Put as many walls as you can between you. And just try to separate yourself from the outside world. Bring your pets with you. Bring a bicycle helmet with you. And keep us alongside with you to keep you posted on this warning. Again, this is until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time before it's allowed to expire. This will likely move into Tennessee, which is out of our coverage area, here very shortly.
All right, severe thunderstorm warning issued for Franklin, Colbert County.
All right, there we are.
Yeah, I agree, Nick. This will move into Prospect, Stella, Minor Hill, Elkton, Admore, and Pulaski. I see that coming. I see it coming.
And another thing, we are not. This is just the second-ish round that we're going to be dealing with. We got another bunch of showers that has severe thunderstorm warnings with them that are going to be moving in this evening. Behind this threat that we've already seen. Now, a lot of this heavier rain has allowed the atmosphere to kind of be a little bit more stable, but regardless of that, we're likely going to see some more severe thunderstorms move into the area. Yes, so that new severe thunderstorm warning was also issued to include parts of Colbert County. The other one's going to be allowed to expire in 5 minutes. Makes me wonder. Excuse me.
Yeah. All right. Just want to highlight a couple things here real quick. Number one, we have an extremely high reflectivity exceeding 70 to 75 dBz, which is indicating, large hail and torrential rainfall. Now we also have a hail core present. You can see right here where I have this circled, or where I will have this circle here in 1 second. This right here. That is the deep purple and black returns. That suggests golf balls to baseball sized hail west of Elkmont. We also have a sharp reflectivity gradient, and that is a tight transition from high to low reflectivity, which suggests a strong updraft supporting large hail and severe wind potential. This is most likely going to be rain wrapped. This is going to be a rain wrapped circulation. So the reflectivity shows a HP once again supercell structure, making any tornado difficult to see if there is one. Latest scan, you can see, like I said, it's going to be moving into Tennessee very soon, and they expired that severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin, Alabama. Do mind yourself though that embedded supercells will be most likely in this. So the structure is giving a better thought of a mature mesocyclone capable of rotation and severe weather over a very long track. But we are continuing a tornado warning for Limestone County in Alabama.
And
Let's
heads
go ahead
up
here.
for
Let's look.
just a quick heads up for parts of western Colbert and Lauderdale County, as another severe thunderstorm warning cell will push northeast, impacting those areas of Waterloo, Cherokee, Gravelly Springs, and Cloverdale. We'll continue to monitor this cell to see if it continues its strength or weakens as it pushes northeast. Go ahead, Tanner.
Yeah. So what I was going to say here is we are looking at base velocity here, and that's going to be in the right top hand corner. There is weak inbound and outbound, so that's going to be red and green winds, but there is no immediate tornado signature, basically saying there's no couplet. But I do think that there's an RFD neck.
Okay.
I do think we have a rear flank downdraft, and that's going to be coming out of here.
That's likely going to be very damaging.
I say that because we have this little purple guy popping up. So I think we have a rear flank downdraft. And that is the presence of winds that's going to enhance damaging wind threat. So if you're listening and you are in this tornado warning, I first need you in your safe spot, and I need you to protect yourself from flying debris, possible, but nonetheless damaging wind. We also have a mesocyclone that will be changing, or tilting, if you will. And this is rotation broad at this scan that could tighten at elevation slices. So let me take a look here, especially for this one. Yeah. So as we turn the radar scan and we turn it at different tilts, it definitely does show that there's tightening. We do have downdraft driven gust, if you will, here. So we will see strongest winds in the main flow, which is indicating possible damaging straight line winds coming out of this. But the tornado threat is still present. Although there is weak rotation, that tornado threat is not gone. Looking at correlation coefficients, we don't even have to mention it because there's nothing here. All this is noise. But hail, or our vertical integrated liquid, we do have a high liquid content, which is supporting very large hail formation. That would be the most intense in western portions of the storm near Anderson and Elkmont, now moving into portions of Prospect.
but no longer in Alabama. So this hail threat is now moving to the north into Prospect, like I called it. And then that would be the updraft. So that would just be saying that severe weather would still be prominent for that extended period of time, along with that intense tail. And like I said, what did I say? I said that this would be moving into Tennessee, and you can see that couplet is tightening between Altamont and Prospect. Nick, back to you.
All right, I was just kind of reading the chat, the National Weather Service chat, and kind of keeping up with things. I did just hear of City of Sheffield has 823 residents out of power, and Colbert Heights community has 762 out of power. This is either by damaging winds or a potential tornado. That is the only thing that I have as I speak right now.
Speaking of something, I want to look here real quick at Echo Tops.
Okay. By the way, if we do
Alright,
have
maybe-
families north of Tuscaloosa, let them know that a tornado warning could be heading towards that area. That's not our coverage area, but it's populated. Go ahead, Tanner.
No, I'm just trying to get this up here real quick.
You're good. I'm kind of watching these supercells down south that have the potential to attract northeast. And those could bring a level of rotation with them into our area, so that's something we'll have to keep a close eye on.
Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and let me pull this over here. What we're looking at here real quick, if I pull up the probe tool, we're seeing downdraft wind gusts of over 50 miles an hour. And then if we go look at our reflectivity, we're getting winds up to about 40. Storm relative velocity is giving winds about 20 to 30. So, nonetheless, we still have this rotation. I said that's why I said we shouldn't get off live, and that's why we didn't, because I knew that this rotation right here that started down here, right here between Elkmont and Thatch, would move to Prospect and Elkton. After that, if you give me a second, I'll take a look here. I'll see if we have any more severe weather threat here. If not, I do think we might be clear to hop off here, but take a look here.
Yeah, that tornado warning has 12 more minutes. Tanner, bear with me. I'm actually going to look outside real quick to
Yeah.
get a view. Because I can see to my north. I want to see what's going on.
Okay. So really quickly here, we have a couple of things I'm going to highlight. The storm to the west of, let's go with Moores Mills and New Market, has embedded heavy precipitation, which is still suggesting that HP supercell. That this could make any potential rotation rain wrapped and difficult to see, but nonetheless, I don't believe that this will continue. So right now, at the moment, we don't have any immediate tornado threat, but broad rotation is still present, moving into portions of Elkton. Damaging winds 60 to 70 mile an hour plus are likely as this continues to move east. Embedded rotation could strengthen in the next 20 minutes. And that would be, if anything, it would be in Taft and Ardmore, maybe even continue through Elkton and into Finceville. But I don't think anything else would maybe will come
So
to
right now, at the
Alabama.
moment,
But if anything, if you're in Madison County, or if anything were to come next, if you will, here. Let me fix that, turn that off. If anything were to come next, it would be in Madison County.
All right, just a heads up.
Madison.
This trainer warning will be expiring soon.
Okay. Yeah,
So
like
the
I said,
only
if
reason
anything,
why this had a trainer warning added to it because they had a better view with the UAH armor radar earlier. So if we didn't have that armor radar in usage, they would have not seen that.
yes. So, if anything in Madison County, that might be the next area of rotation if it were to prompt. But as of right now, it does not look like an immediate threat. So I'm going to go ahead and sound the all clear, and I'm going to show you here, right here on these last couple scans. You see this very, actually, it's too far up. It's this. I feel like it would be this area of rotation to spin back down here into Madison County. And I say that with proper calls because as this system right here, over here, as this continues to move this way, continues to move to the west or east, it would push rotation back down here into Madison County. But as of right now, I do believe our rotation, our threat is over for rotation as of this minute. But if anything, it would move into Taft and then back it down into Madison County. But it would not go from what would be, it would not go right from Limestone to Madison. It would go from Limestone up into Lincoln and Tennessee back down to Madison. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and sound the all clear for us to end coverage here. That tornado warning will be expiring here very shortly. National Weather Service has already confirmed that there's no more rotation. So with that being said, for Nicholas Driver, I'm Tanner Ciro. Stay with Star 9 Alabama. We'll keep you advised.
And we thank you for tuning in. If a new warning if a new warning is issued, you could expect us to be live to cover that warning. But that is going to be me and Tanner going out. Y'all have a blessed one.